Ever wish you could like crack the code on not just earning money, but making it work for you?
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're going to be diving into today
Okay.
with the book, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel.
Okay, cool.
And this isn't your typical like get-rich-quick scheme or even stock market analysis. We're going deep into the mindset
Okay.
of successful money management.
I like it.
So exploring how our psychology, emotions, and even our past experiences can influence how we handle money.
I think what's fascinating about Housel's approach is he emphasizes the less obvious
Okay.
aspects of building wealth.
Okay.
And he really highlights the often overlooked power of compounding,
Oh,
which is a principle that even like seasoned investors
right.
sometimes underestimate.
Compounding, that's where the magic happens, right?
Exactly.
It's like the financial snowball effect.
Exactly. It's like, it's exponential growth.
Right.
So, like, take Warren Buffett, for example. He is considered one of the most successful investors of all time,
Yeah.
yet a significant portion of his wealth
Okay.
was actually accumulated after he turned 65.
Oh, wow.
So that just illustrates how crucial
Okay.
the element of time is.
Interesting.
It's not necessarily about making a huge sudden fortune,
Yeah.
but it's really about consistent growth
Right.
over the long term.
So even if you're not picking winning stocks left and right,
Exactly.
giving your investments time to grow can make a huge difference.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
I mean, think about it. Like, what if you started investing just a small amount each week, say the cost of your daily latte
Yeah.
over 10 years, with the right strategy,
Right.
that could grow into a substantial sum.
Precisely. And this principle applies to various investment strategies, not just the stock market.
Okay.
Whether you're aiming to purchase a home,
Yeah.
plan for early retirement, or simply achieve financial independence. The sooner you start, the more time your money has to work its magic.
But here's something that really struck me when I was reading the book.
Okay.
Housel argues that staying wealthy can be even harder
Yes.
than becoming wealthy in the first place.
It's very counterintuitive.
Yeah, isn't that counterintuitive?
Yeah.
Like, we're often told to, like, keep striving.
It's pushing, yeah.
Keep pushing for more.
Yeah.
But he's saying it's harder to stay wealthy.
It might seem paradoxical,
Yeah.
but it's true.
Sure.
Think about it this way.
Okay.
Making a fortune often involves taking risks, capitalizing on opportunities,
Yeah.
and even sometimes, let's be honest,
Yeah.
getting lucky,
Right.
maintaining that wealth.
Okay.
However, requires a very different set of skills:
Okay.
prudence, discipline,
Right.
and the ability to resist the temptation
Okay.
of chasing every risky opportunity that comes along.
So you're saying that once you've reached a certain level of financial success,
Yes.
a shift in mindset becomes crucial.
Absolute.
It's about protecting what you've built and making wise decisions for the long haul.
Exactly. And Housel shares a very compelling story
Okay.
in the book about an investor
Okay.
who achieved remarkable success, but ultimately lost everything
Wow.
due to impulsive decisions
I know.
and unchecked greed.
It can happen to anyone.
Yes, and it's a powerful reminder
Yeah.
that humility and long-term thinking
Right.
are just as important as ambition when it comes to building lasting wealth.
It's a sobering reminder that even those who achieve great financial success
Yes.
can be vulnerable to making mistakes if they don't prioritize long-term thinking
For sure.
and manage their risk tolerance effectively.
Exactly. And this actually ties into another intriguing aspect
Yeah.
of the book, which is the role of luck and risk
Okay.
in building wealth.
Luck, you mean sometimes it's not just about making the right moves,
Yeah.
but also being in the right place at the right time.
Precisely.
Okay.
Housel acknowledges that both luck and risk are very significant factors in wealth accumulation.
I can see that.
Think back to the dot-com boom
Okay.
in the late 90s.
Yeah.
Some people made fortunes almost overnight,
Right.
while others experienced devastating losses.
Yeah, for sure.
And the unpredictable nature of events like this
Right.
highlights the importance of not only recognizing,
Okay.
but also accepting
Okay.
the element of chance
Okay.
in financial matters.
So are you saying that we should just, like, accept that some things are beyond our control?
To a certain extent, yes.
Okay.
And focus on making the best decisions we can
Okay.
with the information that we have.
Okay. So we can't predict every twist and turn in the market,
Nope.
but we can control things like making calculated choices
Yes.
and diversifying our investments
Yes.
to mitigate potential losses.
Precisely. It's about being informed, strategic, and adaptable.
Okay.
And this leads us to another key concept
Okay.
that Housel explores, which is redefining
Okay.
what it means to be rich. He challenges that traditional notion
Okay.
that wealth is simply about
Yeah.
a hefty bank account balance.
So then what's it really about?
Yeah.
Is it more about like this kind of elusive
Yeah.
idea of financial freedom?
You're getting warmer,
Okay.
but it's deeper.
Okay.
It's simply not having to work.
Okay.
Financial freedom, as Laszlo describes it, is about having options,
Okay.
flexibility,
Right.
and the ability to make choices that align with your values
Okay.
and priorities.
That sounds a lot more meaningful and fulfilling
It is.
than just having a big pile of money.
It is.
But what does that actually look like in practice?
It could manifest in various ways.
Okay.
It might mean
Yeah.
having the flexibility to work part-time,
Okay.
to pursue a passion project,
Mm-hmm.
or even to take time off to travel
Yeah.
without the constant worry of financial strain.
Right.
It's about aligning your financial decisions
Okay.
with what truly matters to you, creating a life where money supports your aspirations
Right.
rather than dictating them.
That's a powerful way to think about it.
Yeah,
It's not just about accumulating wealth.
exactly.
It's about what that wealth enables you to do.
Yes.
The choices it allows you to make and the freedom that it provides.
Precisely. And this ties into one of
Okay.
the most impactful
Okay.
aspects of the book,
Okay.
which is the concept of tail risk.
Okay.
Those unpredictable events that can just totally upend our financial stability.
Right. Like a global pandemic.
Exactly like a global pandemic or a sudden economic downturn.
It's like the universe throwing a curveball at you
Yeah.
when you least expect it.
Exactly.
I mean, who could have predicted the impact of something like a global pandemic
Right.
would have had on the economy and our individual finances?
Right. And these black swan events,
Okay.
as they're sometimes called,
Mhm.
really highlight the importance of
Mhm.
not just planning for the expected, but also being prepared for the unexpected.
So it's not about living in a constant state of fear or
Right.
paranoia, but about having some backup plans
Exactly.
and a level of flexibility in your financial approach.
That's the idea. It's about diversifying your investments, having a safety net, and not putting all your eggs in one basket.
This is all making me realize how much our past experiences,
Yeah.
even those from childhood,
Mm-hmm.
can shape our current relationship with money.
Absolutely.
It's like you don't even realize how much those early experiences are
Yes.
influencing your decisions
Yeah.
until you really stop to think about it.
That's a keen observation.
Yeah.
And Housel delves into this fascinating connection
Okay.
between our personal histories
Okay.
and our financial habits.
Mhm.
He explains how our upbringing, our family dynamics,
Yeah.
and even the financial climate we experience in our formative years
Right.
can have a profound impact on our financial choices today.
It's like we're all carrying around these invisible money scripts
Yes.
in our heads,
Yes.
shaped by our past experiences.
Exactly.
But how do we become aware of these scripts?
Right.
And more importantly, rewrite them
Yes.
if they're not serving us well?
That's the big question.
I guess that's where the real work begins.
That is where the real work begins. That's where self-awareness becomes incredibly powerful. Like the first step is to acknowledge those ingrained beliefs and examine whether they're truly serving our financial well-being or simply perpetuating patterns that might be holding us back.
Yeah. It's like taking a step back and really auditing your money mindset, like figuring out where those beliefs originated and whether they're aligned with your current goals and values.
Precisely. And that introspection leads us to one of the most valuable takeaways from the psychology of money. The importance of defining what financial freedom means to you personally.
Yeah, I find this idea so empowering because it takes away the pressure of conforming to some external definition of success. Like, it's not about keeping up with the Joneses or chasing some arbitrary standard, but about creating a vision of financial well-being that resonates with your own aspirations and priorities.
Exactly. It's about crafting a financial roadmap that guides you toward a life where money is a tool that empowers you to live authentically and pursue what truly matters.
It's like shifting the focus from chasing some abstract notion of wealth to designing a life where your financial resources support the kind of life you want to live.
Precisely. And remember, financial freedom doesn't necessarily equate to being a millionaire or retiring early.
Yeah.
It might mean having the flexibility to work part-time to launch your own venture, or simply to have the financial security to pursue creative passions without the burden of constant financial stress.
It's about having options and feeling in control of your financial destiny, like aligning your financial choices with the life you envision for yourself.
Absolutely. And that sense of control can be profoundly liberating, allowing you to approach financial decisions with a greater sense of clarity and purpose.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground. The magic of compounding, the importance of managing risk, the often overlooked challenge of staying wealthy, and the power of defining our own personal vision of financial freedom. What are some other key takeaways that our listeners can start implementing right away?
Okay, let's recap a few actionable points that can make a real difference in your financial journey. First, shift your mindset from chasing quick wins to embracing long-term growth. Remember, the power of compounding time is your greatest ally in building wealth.
Patience is key. It's about trusting the process and allowing your investments to grow steadily over time.
Exactly. Second, prioritize avoiding major financial blunders over constantly chasing risky, high-reward opportunities. As we discussed earlier, protecting your existing wealth is often just as crucial as pursuing new avenues for growth.
It's about playing the long game, making strategic decisions, and not falling prey to those tempting get-rich-quick schemes that rarely deliver on their promises.
Precisely. And lastly, remember that achieving financial independence is about creating a life of choice and flexibility. Define what that looks like for you and make conscious decisions that align with that vision.
This advice is fantastic, but I have to ask, like, for someone who's just starting out on their financial journey, it can all feel so overwhelming. Like, where do they even begin?
That's a great question. And the psychology of money emphasizes something really important for beginners. You don't have to have all the answers right away. It's about taking that first step, no matter how small, and gradually building your knowledge and confidence as you go.
So it's about embracing the journey, accepting that there will be a learning curve, and not letting the fear of making mistakes paralyze you from taking action.
Exactly. Start by setting achievable goals such as creating a budget, building an emergency fund, or investing a small amount each month. The key is to create momentum and develop positive financial habits.
It's about starting small, building consistency, and celebrating those small wins along the way.
Absolutely. And as you gain experience and knowledge, you can refine your strategies, explore new investment opportunities, and continue to evolve your financial approach.
It's a continuous process of learning, adapting, and making adjustments as you go.
Precisely. And remember, you don't have to navigate this journey alone. There are countless resources available, from financial advisors to online communities that can provide guidance, support, and valuable insights.
It's about finding what works for you, building a financial plan that aligns with your values and goals, and not being afraid to ask for help along the way.
And throughout this journey, it's important to remember that it's not just about the numbers. It's about understanding the psychology behind our financial decisions, recognizing our own biases and tendencies, and making choices that lead to a more secure and fulfilling financial future.
One of the things I found most compelling about the psychology of money is how it's peppered with these incredibly insightful quotes that really drive home the key points. I'd love to dive into a few of those if you're game.
Absolutely. Let's explore some of those nuggets of wisdom.
One that particularly resonated with me was, "Wealth is what you don't see." What does that quote evoke for you?
For me, it highlights the crucial distinction between ostentatious displays of wealth and the true essence of building lasting financial security. True wealth is often built quietly through consistent saving, disciplined investing, and the patient accumulation of assets over time. It's not about keeping up with the Joneses or chasing fleeting status symbols.
It's about focusing on the long game, making choices that support your long-term financial well-being, and understanding that true wealth is often built behind the scenes through consistent effort and smart decision-making.
Exactly. And another quote that really resonated with me is, past a certain level of income, what you need is just what sits below your ego. What are your thoughts on that one?
It's such a powerful reminder that our needs are often far simpler than our wants. It's about recognizing that beyond a certain point, the relentless pursuit of more can become a trap driven by ego and the desire for external validation rather than genuine fulfillment.
It's a call to examine our motivations, to define what truly matters to us, and to resist the allure of consumerism that can often lead to a cycle of wanting more without ever truly feeling satisfied.
It's about aligning our spending with our values and recognizing that true contentment often comes from experiences, relationships, and pursuing our passions, not from accumulating material possessions.
Exactly. And this leads us to another insightful quote. Risk is what's left over after you think you've thought of everything. What does that one bring to mind for you?
It serves as a humbling reminder that no matter how meticulously we plan, how much research we do, or how carefully we analyze our investments, there will always be an element of the unknown. It's about acknowledging that we can't control every variable and accepting that risk is an inherent part of the financial landscape.
It's about being prepared for the unexpected having a margin of safety in our financial plans, and recognizing that even the most well-thought-out strategies can be impacted by factors beyond our control.
It's a call to approach financial decisions with a healthy dose of humility, to be adaptable in the face of unforeseen circumstances, and to view setbacks not as failures, but as opportunities to learn and refine our approach.
Precisely. And this segues perfectly into another crucial aspect of the psychology of money: the importance of understanding our own behavioral biases and how they can influence our financial decisions.
Yeah, it's about recognizing those patterns of thinking and behavior that can lead us to make irrational or emotional choices, especially when it comes to money.
Exactly. Housel dives into several common biases, such as loss aversion, where the pain of losing money often outweighs the pleasure of gaining an equal amount, and the sunk cost fallacy, where we tend to cling to investments that are losing money simply because we've already invested time and resources.
It's fascinating how our brains can sometimes trick us into making decisions that aren't in our best financial interests. But how do we overcome these biases and make more rational choices?
That's where self-awareness and a willingness to challenge our own assumptions become incredibly valuable. By understanding these biases, we can develop strategies to mitigate their impact.
So it's about becoming aware of our own tendencies, questioning our assumptions, and seeking out objective information and advice to counteract those emotional impulses that can lead us astray.
Precisely. It's about making decisions based on sound financial principles and long-term goals, not on fleeting emotions or the fear of missing out.
This has been such an insightful deep dive into the psychology of money. It's clear that this book goes far beyond typical financial advice, delving into the deeper psychological factors that shape our relationship with money.
It's a book that challenges conventional thinking, encourages introspection, and provides valuable insights into how we can make more informed and empowered financial decisions.
Before we move on to the final part of our deep dive, is there one overarching question we can leave our listeners with to ponder?
Absolutely. Let's leave our listeners with this. What small but meaningful step can you take today to align your financial choices with the life you envision for yourself?
Yeah, that's a great question to consider.
Mm-hmm.
It shifts the focus from grand aspirations to these small actionable steps
Yeah.
that can create real momentum.
Yeah, and it reminds us
Yeah.
that even amidst the complexity of financial planning,
Right.
it's often those simple, consistent actions
Right.
that make the biggest difference over time.
It's like building a financial foundation brick by brick
Exactly.
through those consistent efforts and mindful choices.
Exactly.
And as we talked about before, the psychology of money really emphasizes the importance of not letting perfection
Right.
be the enemy of progress.
Yeah, you don't have to do everything perfectly.
Yeah, just start.
Just get started.
And learn as you go.
Yeah, it's about starting somewhere, learning as you go, and adapting your strategies along the way.
Yeah, this deep dive into the psychology of money has been really enlightening. I feel like I've gained a whole new perspective, not just on financial strategies, but on the deeper psychological factors that shape our relationship with money.
It's been a pleasure exploring these concepts with you.
Likewise.
And I hope our listeners have found this exploration insightful and valuable.
You did.
One of the things that really struck me about Housel's work
Okay.
is how he reframes the idea of financial success.
Mm-hmm.
It's not simply about accumulating wealth,
Right?
but about aligning your financial decisions with your values
Yeah.
and creating a life of purpose and meaning.
It's about recognizing that money is a tool
Yes.
that can empower us to live more fulfilling lives, to pursue our passions, to support the people we love,
Yes.
and to make a positive impact on the world.
Absolutely. It's about shifting our mindset
Okay.
from scarcity to abundance and recognizing that financial well-being is not a finite goal, but an ongoing journey of growth and evolution.
Throughout this journey, though, we don't have to navigate these complexities alone.
We don't.
There are so many resources available.
There are.
From financial advisors and coaches to online communities and educational platforms that can provide support guidance and valuable insights.
It's about finding those resources that resonate with you, with your individual needs and values.
Right.
Seeking out mentors who can share their wisdom and surrounding yourself with a community that supports your financial growth and aspirations.
And above all, it's about remembering that financial well-being is not just about the numbers.
Absolutely.
It's about cultivating a healthy
Yes.
and balanced relationship with money, one that's rooted in self-awareness,
Yeah,
mindful decision-making,
absolutely.
and a commitment to aligning your financial choices
Yes.
with the life that you envision for
I love
yourself.
that.
For anyone who is feeling inspired to delve a little bit deeper into
Yeah.
these concepts, I highly recommend checking out The Psychology of Money
It's a great book.
by Morgan Housel.
Mm-hmm.
It's a book that has the potential to transform
Absolutely.
your perspective, not just on finances,
Mm.
but on life itself.
It encourages us to think differently about wealth success
Yeah.
and what it truly means to live a rich and meaningful life,
Right.
one that's aligned with our values and aspirations.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah,
just remember that financial freedom is within your reach.
it is.
Start by understanding your own psychology. Define your goals and make choices that support
Yes.
the life you want to create.
I love it.
And never stop learning, growing, and evolving your understanding of money.
Couldn't agree more.
The world of personal finance is constantly changing, but by embracing a mindset of curiosity and continuous learning, you can navigate those complexities with confidence and clarity.
That's the key.
We hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into the psychology of money.
Yes. Thank you for listening.
Now go out there and create the financial future you deserve.